Howdy everyone, it's Sam. I hope you're doing really well. If you're new around here, I hope I can get you to consider liking the content and subscribing to the channel by the end of the video. And if you are a regular around these here parts, thank you so much for the continual support. So about 10 minutes ago, the North Queensland Cowboys wrapped up their 2022 season launch from the Townsville Entertainment Centre. And it was a success in my eyes. Sat down and watched the entire thing, thankfully, and I hope they do it again. It's the first time they've ever done it via stream, put it out to the fans and whatnot. It was so informative, and it started with massive announcements, and I definitely hope they do it again. I think they should, and I think they will, man. I think it was a resounding success for the North Queensland Cowboys to 2022 season launch. So before I want to get into the news, and there's a lot of news. Mr. Rugby League Roundup. Hey, man, what's good, man? There's a lot of things good, and I'll get into it in due course. Mr. Jason Reader, thank you so much for your continuous support, good sir. Thank you. And Mr. J. Lockyer, we'll get into that news too, man. And you seem to have watched the season launch as well, Mr. Rugby League Roundup. So it started off with a nice little video package hyping up the crowd of 800 that was in attendance. And just a compliment to the MC of the night. I believe his nickname is Minty. I thought he did a really good job as hosting the season launch. And I forget the name at this present time, but there was a female Fox Sports News presenter that also helped him out as well as an interviewer and a co-host. And I thought she did really well too. Then Jeff Riebel, the CEO of North Queensland, came out and gave a good speech. And he also put this piece of news on to everyone as well. And that's North Queensland are officially going to be putting in a bid to be the 7th team in the NRLW for the upcoming season. That starts in October. This news is fantastic. I am going to get behind the ladies 100% every step of the way. Romy Teetsel is the captain of the Newcastle Knights, and their season, the NRLW season, kicks off this weekend. And Teetsel is a Gold Stars North Queensland Cowboys player and has been for a couple of seasons now, and she's been a captain, and she's been selected as a captain for Newcastle Knights. And I imagine that will be a one season and done. And I imagine Teetsel, fingers crossed anyway, she comes back up to Townsville and captains what maybe there could be the first ever North Queensland Cowboys women's side starting in 2022 in October. The only question I got is the NRL, are they prepared to have a bye round every single week if they put in an odd number of teams? That leads me to have a bit of an eerie feeling of no, I don't think they will be the 7th team come October. But I think by the time the next season rolls around in approximately September or August of 2023, I think that's when we'll see North Queensland Cowboys or North Queensland Cowgirls. That doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but if it happens, it happens. But in 2023, I think that's when we'll see the injection. But hey, if it happens sooner, if it happens this season, bring it on. More Cowboys content, more Cowboys players to get involved and learn about. Let's go, man. Let's do it. So I think that's fantastic news, man. So after that announcement about the NRLW, when they are going to be officially putting in a bid, it's not confirmed. May I just reiterate that it is not official that they are going to be. It's just that the Cowboys have said we're going to put in a bid. And they're going to try and get it in October. If not, it will be 2023. You can see the Cowboys NRLW side enter the NRLW competition. And once Jeff Riebel, the CEO, popped off, in came the Toyota chairman. I forget what the gentleman's name is. I apologize. And unbeknownst to the actual chairman of North Queensland Cowboys, who didn't know this announcement was coming by the looks and sounds of things, Toyota have renewed their partnership with North Queensland Cowboys until at least the end of the 2024 NRL season. This is a huge partnership that's been going on now for 20 years and will continue on for a furthermore couple of seasons as well. I myself subliminally only thought of it just today as well when it was announced. I own a bloody Toyota bloody car myself. So no, they were on in 2003 Toyota, and they've been our major partners ever since. So I think this is fantastic news. They're a great sponsor. It's a great brand. Their cars are actually reliable, like they fair income are. So I think this is fantastic news. And then the chairman came up after Toyota chairman spoke, and Lewis Ramsey, our chairman, he got up and he looked at the Toyota box, and he couldn't help it. He said, look, if I knew that announcement was coming, I would have said a few more nicer things, and I would have about you sort of thing. So he didn't know it was coming. So that was a wonderful surprise, I guess, in a way. And so Lewis Ramsey gave a really strong speech about sticking together and the like. And I'm sure you can go check it out now. But I thought Lewis Ramsey, the chairman, gave a really nice speech. And then in came Todd Payten. And Todd Payten just reiterated that the preseason training up there in Tully was as hard as it may have ever been up there in North Queensland. And then he said, right, I'm going to take over the floor. And this is my news. This is the massive news of the day. Chad Townsend and Jason Taumalolo are our co-captains for 2022. A couple of weeks ago on the Rugby League Breakdown podcast and in other forms of media, we've all, Nick from Australia and myself and a couple of other content creators, I'm sure that you're familiar with, we all said Chad Townsend would be our next runner-up if Jason Taumalolo were to not be vaccinated, or if things were to go awry for Jason Taumalolo in 2022. We all said Chad Townsend, and lo and friggin' behold, I think Todd Payten was watching us. Nick, I think Todd Payten was watching us. Chad Townsend, yeah, co-captain for 2022. And seriously, by all the reports that's been coming out of North Queensland, his leadership has been outstanding. He's learning under Jonathan Thurston. He's got Tom Dearden and Scott Drinkwater somewhat next to him and underneath his wings, sort of thing. I think this is a great selection. As if there were to be a co-captain, this is awesome. And in a way, it sort of harkens back to the 2015-2016 seasons where Matt Scott and Jonathan Thurston were co-captains as well. So it's a bit cute there. But yeah, I think this is a great piece of news, man, and I'm all aboard for it as well. And then basically what I got out of it, because the rest of the show was pretty much just an interview session with approximately 8 to 10 interviews of the North Queensland Cowboys players that were willing to give an interview. And by the sounds of things, I took this out of it, that defense was, this is what Dean Young said, and I'm paraphrasing here. Dean Young, assistant coach at North Queensland, said that he's never been involved in a preseason that had so much tackling work going on. So that's a positive sign. I think that's great. And another thing that came out of it is I think Mitch Dunn is going to find himself in the 17 on a weekly basis. That's fine. I put out my Cowboys game day squad lineup a couple of nights ago. If you'd like to go check it out, please feel free to do so. It's on my YouTube channel. But I didn't have Mitch Dunn in my 17 on a weekly basis. I think you're going to find Mitch Dunn will be in the 17 on a weekly basis as well. And hey, if that's how it goes down, that's how it goes down, man. So I'm yeah, bring it on, dude. So, but it really feels like, and from what we saw in the trial as well, the defense again was swarming. It was hard hitting. They were all playing for one another. Yeah, the skills weren't quite up to scratch, but hey, it's a freaking trial. But I thought there were some nice signs actually early on in that trial, and I'm looking forward to see how the defense goes this weekend as well. And just before I go on anymore, I'll just go into the chat. It's Bosky, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, man. How you doing, man? Thank you so much for your continuous support. Rugby League Roundup says, oh, yes, awesome. Also, Warriors will come back this year or the year after. And you know what, dude? I hope that's what happens as well. The NRL Warriors, a lot of their squad is, from what I understand, is filling up with the Gold Coast Titans who are playing this season. So yeah, let's see what happens. Proenzo Vid says Toyota has always been good for the Cowboys, and thank you so much for giving me stream a crack, mate. Thank you very much. And I can start driving soon, so look into getting one. Mate, I'm telling you, she's a good one. Warriors NRL Fanatics says, hey man, hey dude, how you going? It's Bosky, a good decision by the Cowboys. I believe he might be talking about our co-captains there, good sir. Bruins Vids, I'm driving already. Well, geez, don't ruin Dad's car, mate. And an Alfa Romeo would be a dream car. Well, yeah, well, there's a lotto happening on tonight, 120 million bucks worth. So get your ticket now, bro. So I just really wanted to come on here and give an instant reaction to the season launch. A stream like this, an event like this has not happened before for North Queensland. And I think it's been an awesome success. A lot of news has come out of it. And it's got me so much more excited. I mean, I haven't had that friggin' flag flying for about 3 or 4 months now. So, footy is right around the corner, and that Sam's excited that the Cowboys are coming back. It was a really classy luncheon meeting stream, and I hope they do it again. I think they will. I think it was a resounding success, if I haven't said that already. Guys, that's it for me. I just want to come on here and give my quick thoughts. Thank you so much for the continuing support, everybody. Just before I go, I'll just go in. Yo, Parenzo Vids. Rugby League Roundup, Mr. Jason Reader, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Tonight, I am going to be doing a trial game preview live with Mr. Faraz Alam on the Cowboys versus Broncos this weekend. Please tune in to that 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And besides that, I guess I'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you so much. Adios.